It is as cold can be. Before I start, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you don't miss another video. This is going to be an interesting topic actually. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another one of my videos. We already know that today's society has got so many pandemics, some which are valid and others which are downright ridiculous. It's sad to say that majority of the people fall in the latter half of the pandemics. Most of the pandemics that we are facing right now are just ridiculous. And one of them, which, you know, is no secret or surprise to anyone, happens to be feminism, a once so noble cause that just somehow plummeted. I'm not the biggest fan of feminism today, well, modern day feminism. There's a long list of reasons as to why I don't support feminism. That's probably gonna have to be saved for a later day, because as you can see by the title already, we're not actually talking about feminism as a whole, but instead what we're actually going to be talking about is how feminism has affected African countries, and specifically the country that I reside in, which is Zimbabwe. All I can say, going out to all women in general, is we can do better. Okay, we've had an entire history of women who fought for our rights, who fought for us to have the opportunities that we have today, that back in the day weren't even accessible to majority of the women who even managed to even graduate college, if they even got to college in the first place. Let's not treat it lightly as if it's something that we could have done ourselves. Just putting it out there, just a disclaimer. Moving on, modern day feminism has expanded. Actually, it's now more of a global pandemic, though it has expanded and reached into so many different countries. In Africa, the more visible traits of, you know, feminism that are in the West aren't exactly as visible here in Africa. I mean, you won't find any women, you know, marching down the street with signs written "all men must die," but like some aspects of feminism have sort of like exploded in the African continent. Just imagine this, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a scenario. You and your primary school friend, you've known each other for like the longest time, didn't really have the best circumstances, but you guys always managed to make ends meet. You guys went to different schools, you went your different ways, but life happened. And fast forward, you guys are 23 now. You're scrolling through your Instagram feed when suddenly you see your friends post that child that grew up in Chi-Town. You've known this girl for the longest time, and this post just catches your eye mainly because she's posting herself with, you know, an iPhone 14 Pro Max. She's got the best luxury brands. She's in a hotel room in Dubai, and you jump out of your seat and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened to this girl? Why? Because a week ago you had just met her in town, and within the span of a week, with no job, no education, nothing to her name, she was able to do so much. And in your mind, you're just battling and asking yourself these questions like, what happened? Like, how is this even possible? Let me tell you the answer to this. And no, it's not witchcraft, okay? Though in some cases, it probably might be the case. But in this case, it's not. In this case, it's all thanks to a wrinkly old man who somehow got so fascinated and engrossed in this young Chi-Town girl. And now I know it's a really tough topic to even talk about, but it's one of the topics that are really, really affecting people now. And it's something that needs to be talked about. Not only is it affecting these people who are actively involved in such relationships, but it's affecting their future relationships and relationships within people among that younger age group. It starts from a drop and it causes a ripple effect that then just messes up a lot of things. It's sad to say that out of all of the whole feminism chaos that's been happening, Africa just kind of got hit with this one. It's just become an issue, especially with young girls. Their main goal is just to be financially stable. Now, biologically, as women, I understand that it is in our nature when looking for a spouse or a mate or a future husband, okay, it is normal to include financial stability or like security within, your list of evaluations. It's something normal. It's programmed within us because we're going to have children and we are going to need to be stable. We're going to need to feel that source of security. However, okay, I'm not excusing any of this behavior because it is completely wrong and I do not support it one bit. These girls go so far just to feel financially stable. Just the image of financial stability can make them go so far. Now, not every girl is running after some old geezer. I mean, obviously, but if they're not running after some old geezer, they're going to be taking advantage of the younger guys who are financially stable within their age range. But the thing is that these girls will put up an act so good. They deserve an Oscar, okay? They deserve an Oscar because these girls will be making you feel like they head over heels for you, and yet they wouldn't even cross the road with you. It's sad to say, but it must be said. That's how most of these girls are. Girls are getting scary, okay? It's a cause for concern, really, if you ask me. They will literally go through highs and lows. They will go through anything just so that they can use this person as a financial crutch, okay? She's basically a vulture or a parasite. Vulture if she's going for the older guys, parasite if she's going for the younger guys. But like, either way, it's just not good. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not saying that as a girl, you should not be financially dependent on a guy, okay? And guys, I'm not saying don't, spend money on your woman, because like that is something that you are free to do. Be financially dependent and, spend money on your girl. Like, go ahead and do that. But it becomes a problem when the sole basis of your entire relationship happens to be money. Like, literally, you are standing 10 toes down on a relationship solely based on money. And if that money is not there, there is nothing to tie y'all together. Like, nothing. Y'all are literally levitating at this point. So this is a very dangerous place to be, especially if you are thinking of even being with a person for a long term. Because here's the thing, girls, you do not know the future. What will happen to this person in the next 5 years, 2 years? Heck, you don't even know what's going to happen next week. So like, it's a very, very dangerous game that we're playing, okay? These are very dangerous waters. And to think so many girls are just diving into this simply because they just want to be financially stable, simply because they just want to have that financial crutch to be a source for whatever lavish lifestyle that they want to live. It's crazy. My advice to you, right, to just wrap it all into a nice little bow, is quite simple. Fact check the person that you're with before you display fully your affluence. I think it's just a wiser route to take. Now, I'm not saying go all FBI agent on her and then start pulling up things from her history. Like, don't go crazy about it, but like, just take some time. Baby steps, okay? Give it time. See what her values are. See what she holds on to. See what parts make up her character, because like, after a while, she'll go back into her default, because like, there's only so long that you can pretend. Just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you make any display of affluence that will turn into something that's long-term, because in the end, you don't want to end up falling for it. And even if you do fall for it, right, and you find out that this is the kind of person that you're with, do not hesitate to cut those strings, because any hesitation that you make will make it harder, will take more time, because you will start making excuses for this person. You will start trying to justify their actions, and yet the actions are completely baseless. Also, it'll save you from having a lot of unnecessary drama. Just saying. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm really curious to know, do you guys have any crazy parasitic stories that you guys know? Let me know about those in the comment box below, but not before you like this video, share it with a friend, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications so that you never miss a video, and I will see you guys in my next video. See you. Bye.